Isaiah 55:8 says, "My thoughts are completely different from yours, says the Lord, and my ways are far beyond anything you could imagine. For just as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts." These were the words that I felt that the Lord whispered in my spirit when our daughter took her last breath. I was holding her and we were in a small room. I bowed my head to pray and I asked the Lord, I said, I know with everything in me that you can breathe life back into her and bring her back to life. And when I opened my eyes, she was still gone. And those are the words that echoed in my spirit. And I said, why could you not be glorified in her life? Why did she have to die? And I believe it was at that moment that the Lord said, I will be glorified in your response. From right that moment, we chose right there and then to believe despite.
Before we had gotten married, my main focus was concentrate on work, get my achievements through Ford, and I sort of strayed away from the church. I would more concentrate on working, making money and all that. Us being together brought God back into my life. It was back in my younger days, at one point I was told I would never be able to have kids.
We kind of had resolved ourselves to this was just going to be our life, and we had begun talking about, well, we can always adopt or whatnot. And so as newlyweds, we kind of went on through life, and then we found out that we were pregnant, and it was an absolute miracle. And so when we miscarried and that baby went to heaven, there was moments where we're just like, man, then why did we get pregnant if we weren't going to get to realize this here on earth in this child?
For a little bit there, I questioned God and my beliefs and everything, but you know what? He's always come through for us, and He's always provided a miracle for us, and it has been a crazy journey, but it's been our journey.
If I look at a calendar on any month, there's the time I either found out I was pregnant, I lost a pregnancy, or it was a due date for one of our children. And so Kriya was absolutely a promise fulfilled. Kriya solamente means believe despite, and that is the mission that we have lived in. We all have to understand that God can handle, and He does handle our mad, He handles our sad, He handles the moments when we don't even want to talk to Him. And a lot of people think that just because you're living a life in faith that it has to be all fun and always glorifying God and saying, a happy-go-lucky. But you know what? This faith walk is sometimes just keeping your mouth shut and believing in Him. And that's what we've chosen to do. And so after a year and a half that our daughter has passed away, we believe that the Lord is lining things up. And so we've taken the steps forward and filling out our adoption application because we believe that the Lord is opening up this opportunity. So what are we asking from you? What are the next steps? There's 3 things. First of all, we're asking you to pray with us and continue to believe that our perfect child is out there, and praying for the families who are considering putting these children up for adoption. Second, we ask that if you can and if you feel led to, that you would contribute financially. As you might know, the cost of adoption isn't inexpensive, and so any help that you can provide, we would absolutely appreciate it. And last, but certainly not least, we ask for you to share our story. If it's sending an email or sharing it on Facebook, anytime that you think about us, we ask that you would share our story so that our dream of bringing a child into our home and calling him or her Rumbo, that dream would be realized. We thank you for watching us. We thank you for joining us in this journey that has been up and down. Many of you have watched as we announced we were pregnant, then to when we found out our daughter was sick, to when our water broke prematurely, to 2.5 months in the hospital, to watching our daughter take her last breath, to watching our memorial service, and watching a couple grieve, but through it all, continue to live in faith. And so we thank you so much for joining us on this journey and this incredible faith walk and seeing how good the Lord has been.